brand new MasterCAM screen here. The only thing I've done that you haven't seen is I hit F9. That gives me my grid. I can use my wheel to move in and out. So first thing I want to do is draw a rectangle. So I'm going to go create rectangle, select position of first corner, right on the origin there, and then move up and to the right. I don't care how far. Come up here to these two spaces. For your X direction, we're going to go 8, and for your Y direction, 1.5, and hit the green check mark. Now our material that we've just made went off the screen, so we can always come back and hit this blue plus looking thing and to fit it to our screen, and then roll out. Next thing we're going to do is go ahead and look at that in isometric view. So we hit this button right here, the open square. So that's looking down in the Z direction this way. We need to go ahead and extrude this so that it's an actual solid piece for our name tag. So we're going to go to X form, translate, and it says select items you want to translate. We're going to make a box around all of that. Once we've made the box, hit the green button up here to end selection, and we can change some things. We're going to change the Z, make it negative 0.0625, and hit OK. And you can see we've now added a bottom layer, so we've given some thickness to this piece. We can go back into the top view. We can hit fit if we need to. We're going to add some letters now. So go to create, letters. You're going to text box here. I'm going to write down my name, however I'd like to see it, all caps or lowercase, whatever, and pick a font. Tons of options here. It'll give you some idea of what's available. Some will work better than others. Some will cut better than others. It kind of depends. It's going to be a trial and error thing. I'm going to try this one right here. I'm going to leave it at regular, and I'm going to set this up just the way it is. So let's see what happens. Hit OK. My height, I'm going to change to 0.875, and I'm going to hit a check mark. It says show me a starting place. I'm going to just drop it right there. Alright, so I've got my name in place, ready to go. Next thing I need to do is move it into my actual area I'm going to be working on. We'll go to X form, drag, select entities, that's all of this. Green button. Point to move it from, we'll pick the bottom of the M, and slide it over and get it centered top to bottom and left to right, and click. Green check mark locks it in, and I can erase the old one. Alright, now that's set up. Next step, let's go back to, let's leave it here for a second. First thing we do is hit machine type, mill, and load in this mill right here, the generic Haas 3X mill. Once that's done, we can do a toolpath, engraving. It's going to ask you to pick a name to save it by. I'm going to call this one Mr. K. And hit save. Now in this case we're going to switch the chaining from 3D to C-plane and change the chain to a window. I'm going to select this window right here of just my letters. A start point, bottom of the M, and hit the check mark. So to give you an engraving window, we need to change some things in this window. We're under Toolpath Parameters tab. Tool number 6, length offset 6, diameter 6. These should all be 6s right there. Engraving Parameters. Check the first box. Change the 2 to a 0.25. Absolute. Retract plane 0.25, absolute. Feed plane 0.1, absolute. Top of stock 0, absolute. Depth needs to be 0.03, absolute. Rough and finishing, we don't need to do anything. Hit the green check mark. It tells us that our current top of stock value is invalid. We need to figure out what our stock looks like. So hit OK to get out of those errors. Head down to Properties, Tool Settings. We can hit Assign Tool Number sequentially and Warn of Duplicate Tools. Stock Setup is where we have to make our changes. Everything up here stays the same. Down here, we're going to move our origin point to the bottom corner. We're going to say our Y is 1.5, our X is 8, and our Z is 0.0625. And then I hit check mark. And I think this should clean it up. We hit the green check mark with the X. And then we can hit the regenerate. Safety zone is good. Parameters, engraving parameters. This has to be a negative number right there. That was under engraving operation parameters. Tool parameters were fine. Engraving had to be negative. Check mark. Let's try it again. We got it. Alright, so let's take a look at this here in preview mode. That's this button. Hit the check mark. Whoops. The play button. And there it is. Green check mark. You're done. Hit the G1 button to post your G code. You can leave all this stuff in place. Hit the green check mark again. You're going to get your series of codes. Verify here that it says T6M6. And then that your Z is negative 0.03. Once that's done, you can go to File, Save As. Mine saves as Mr. K. I'll be saving this to my E drive, which is what's open. Hit Save, and you're done.